solo mains left that were like from the beginning, right? Bodvar's been there from the beginning, and he's stuck with it for so long. And now seeing him represent Thor and doing so well on it is remarkable. VipR now sent into losers by his teammate to fight against.
It's like in Men in Black. Bodvar was old and busted, and Thor's the new hotness. Old and busted, new hotness. Thor's the new hotness.
Thor is the new hotness. Being represented by Agzo in winter side of Grand Finals. But that's not what we see here. We're opening up Thunderguard Stadium of all maps. Blue versus VipR, and Blue. So I like this decision. If it was made by VipR, I didn't see. But it makes sense because Blue was showing so much success with left or right offstage edge guards.
Yeah.
The one map in the pool that lets you really mix this up besides Twilight Grove is Thunderguard Stadium. And we already see VipR taking advantage of that center stage to be able to get around situations that Blue would normally be very, very comfortable in. But Blue still has the damage lead regardless. Sidelight and the Nair comes out. He doesn't go for the ground pound that we're used to seeing him, and he finds an extra Nair because of it, right? We saw Blue reflexively jump up after Sidelight Nair. He's like, all right, VipR likes to go for ground pounds or neutral sigs after this. I don't want either of them, but VipR goes for neither. And was able to find that extra Nair, even up the damage immediately. And then side sig so close to being able to clip.
That was so close. He almost had the perfect spacing.
Ground pound hits.
The ground pound. Is Blue going to go down? He's going to throw that weapon toss down over on the right side. VipR was enough left to get out of the way of that. Blue's unarmed for just a few seconds, but we saw he was able to find a lot of priority with unarmed. He does it again with that unarmed side air. Tries to find another one, doesn't quite have it.
Puts on the down sig, expecting Blue to go in, but Blue just waiting for that weapon spawn. And VipR realizes it, weapon goes high, finds the neutral light, and now Blue in a position where he can't find a weapon to fight with. Nair to the side, VipR going in for the KO, misses the recovery and gives Blue an opportunity to find a sword, but he dodges out of the weapon toss. Blue going for the ultimate mix-up and VipR reacting appropriately. In the same situation, reversed, right? VipR on the left side of the stage throws the weapon, dodges out of the way. Now they're just both.
There's so much damage right now.
They're very damaged. 2 minutes in, feels like they've gone through 5 stocks, let alone none. Down like just didn't know.
Did he just drop a DI side air?
But I mean, at that damage, right? You don't really know what you have to do afterwards. You're not used to being able to KO people that are that damaged. The down light goes down. Blue drops it, and the first stock goes over to VipR, and VipR's still living. Sidelights and immediately drops down to safety in the shenanigan zone.
Look how low he's going to. He knows that if he eats the bottom side of a guitar Nair, he was going to die. Yeah. So he went really down low, forcing Blue to chase him that far. Because if he got hit by anything down there, he's dead anyway.
Right.
But he was going to force Blue to have to chase him that far. Blue was able to get the stock off of the top.
He found, but VipR was able to find a lot of extra credit damage because of that maneuver. But Blue's got him off stage, but VipR having the option to recover to the center of the stage. We see that Blue's tactics aren't as refined for this map in particular as we saw on previous maps, and VipR is really unsettling the consistent play that we saw from Blue up to this point. Nair connects, and the neutral sig just barely clips onto him, and he delayed it after that Nair. There's a point where you expect, because some players, even if it's not true, have a string they really like to go for, and they'll do it as the second that they're able to move. And VipR has been delaying some of these options just a few frames longer than usual, and is able to find those connections. There's a neutral stick again. Blue sent flying, and VipR a whole like half stock ahead of Blue.
And those slight delays cover multiple options. Of course, if you do a spot dodge, then their iframes might run out in time. If they choose to like jump up, fast fall, and then re-engage, you might catch them in their startup frame for their next move. So that delay is paying dividends for him right now. Excellently placed by VipR.
And
Blue
also,
tries to go for the gravity cancel neutral sig off stage.
And then the benefit of being Ragnir is that because you're not moving with the move, right? You're throwing out flames. You can't clash with the flames.
Yes.
If you down air into it with guitars, you are just going to get burned.
VipR trying to find these sidelight initiations. He has a greater lead now on Blue than he did before, so he's growing that lead. That Nair's going to send him off the screen. One more. If that one would have hit, that might have done it. Is Blue going to look for it? Yeah, he's probably looking for those downlight initiations. Gets the jump, dash jump, ground pound, sending VipR to the bottom.
Yeah, that's not something that you're used to saying in the center of a stage,
yeah.
But that's what Thunderguard allows. We saw VipR was going for a lot of dive kicks, and then if they missed, he was there it is.
What a delay!
And we were talking about that, but that time he didn't even like wait to use the move. He just charged the move as long as you can. You can't fully charge a signature when gravity canceling it, but that neutral stick he charged as long as he could, and Blue has not been dodging away or jumping away out of these sidelight Nair combos from VipR, and he's put Blue into a position where another neutral stick like that is going to give VipR game number 1, just dodging back and not falling with the side air. Blue it feels like Blue is waiting for moves that aren't happening when he's expecting them to happen. And we see VipR just going to a position, and it's like he's empty hopping, right? He's going in, he's like, I'm going to put myself in a position where any move you're expecting, but the movement I'm going to choose is no option at all. Sidelights are going out. He's dipping no. Beneath the stage, Blue going for that ground pound that he found that last stock on. Maybe trying to see if he can find a way to be able to end it. Downlight and recovery connects. A few of those.
Oh, that's going to be a punish right there.
We get another downlight. The ground pound connects. VipR dodges early.
Is that it?
The jumps. Blue using the one thing that VipR was able to throw him off his game with to his advantage and stealing the game away under VipR's nose. Getting 2 ground pound KOs in the center of Thunderguard Stadium. Is able to take game number 1 by all means. VipR was in the lead the entire time. Even at the end, he was in the damage lead, like with the colors that they were at.
Blue knew that VipR was retreating into that shenanigan zone a lot. He found that as his safe space. So Blue knew that he was going to go down there. I mean, you saw him do the dash jump ground pound before that hit for the kill with his sword in his hands. And you saw him go for it again with the guitars. That one happened to miss, but he was able to hit like 2 out of 3 of those, which is insane. Just knowing that VipR was going to retreat back there for a moment to breathe, safety, and to put a soft platform between him and Blue. And there immediately you see the ground pound off stage again. I don't think I've seen that many ground pounds from a sword player.
Yeah, and just players in general. And what's cool, actually, now that I think about it, is that Asuri is in the nice position where guitar and sword ground pound effectively the same with how he wants to use it. And we see that KO off the right side of the stage. First strike going over to Blue quite convincingly. And now that we're not on such a janky stage such as Thunderguard Stadium, Blue has much more, the game plan that we were analyzing as he was moving through loser's bracket is starting to appear more and more. VipR in a position to weapon starve, but Blue just waiting for that spawn on the left side of the stage. Gravity cancel side sig, not connecting.
And you're seeing Blue get more of a read onto VipR's movement.
Ooh,
obviously,
that ground pound.
He has a big lead right now at this point, but also his initiations onto VipR are a lot better.
Oh, down air.
Could be huge capitalization. He's going to get the dodge up, but that's not quite far enough. And just like that, VipR is going to turn around that edge guard situation. He got that first dare, then he got that second dare, and a grin probably appeared on his face. He probably knew that he had big opportunity
And what's
there.
beautiful about the last down air that he connected with is that it bounced Blue off the side of the stage. He didn't touch.
Yep, it wasn't of his own volition.
He did not have to wait, or he did not have to expect those jumps to come back again. VipR's able to even up those stocks, but very huge damage deficit. First time that we've really seen Blue lose an offstage exchange so heavily. Downlane, the recovery comes out, doesn't find that neutral signature. Down sig punished by Sarah, expecting VipR to just openly embrace the weapon instead of waiting to see what Blue was going to do. But Blue doesn't get punished too hard, only a guitar Sarah for his troubles. Opting to weapon starve as the weapon toss didn't work out for VipR, and now they're just going to duke it out non-armed. No, they're just going to wait for the first weapon. It goes over to VipR, he finds that... Well, I thought he was going to go for a sidelight, but he went for a downlight instead. Blue didn't go into a position to be anti-aired. Maybe expecting a down air unarmed. But Blue goes in for that sidelight down sig, goes for... And the down sig after a sidelight is interesting because some players will go for like a dodge in lead, because if you side sig with a Suri, you travel much farther.
Blue got a kill before.
Right.
He won a set off of that exact read right there. But VipR likely won't be dodging in or even spot dodging after that.
is so heavily damaged. Was by all means... Blue was basically in white against dark red for VipR, and now VipR is brought back to where 2 sigs are going to get the stock lead for him. Weapon toss comes out. If he can find the side sig, gravity cancel or not, recovery comes in. He's able to take that stock, but Blue is so much more damaged than he was probably expecting to be. Maybe VipR can make that comeback that Blue was able to make in the first game.
Yeah, VipR was doing a great job of getting out of the way of Blue's kill options. D-Light into the GC in-light.
And pivoted.
Interesting choice
And
there.
it's cool because it raises above the character a little bit.
Yes.
And so it can cover a lot of things. And if it misses, it's not as punishable as, say, like a neutral signature. Lots of nice damage coming up from Blue. Because at this point, he is in extra credit mode. He wants to find as much damage as he can. And if the string presents itself like it does now, you can find a little bit more damage. Ooh, downlight from VipR doesn't lead into anything else. Puts up the down sig, trying to expect Blue to go for what we just saw, sword sidelight. But doesn't find the punish off of it. And Blue continues on with his second stock. Ooh, weapon tosses at the same time. VipR manages to catch it off the bounce. Goes for that neutral signature, expecting Blue to go for the weapon, but Blue goes for the dive kick, and because that signature was gravity canceled, he found so much damage. Ooh, and he finally gets that down sig read that we saw earlier, only this time happening on the VipR, and now a 2 stock is imminent for VipR. Weapon toss into weapon toss. Blue continuing to starve Viper out, just hitting every little bit of chip damage that he can get. Viper picks up the axe and doesn't gravity cancel the side stick, so connects with the ground. And the recovery,
not quite enough
off the top, but Sarah from Viper will even up the stocks, but it's looking grim. In game number 2, Viper on the verge of being at game set. Side light and down light. Oh, Blue kicks him aside.
This is losers finals. It is a best of 5. The winner of this will be
Deal
moving on to fight Agzo. Blue is going to add another win.
Almost
to his
700
score so far in this
damage.
set.
Blue has been so consistent with the amount of damage that he's racking up in any of the matches that we're watching. I'm really feeling like in order for Viper to put him out of the comfort zone, we need to see another Thunderguard Stadium-like pick. It's Twilight or Thunderguard, period.
Let's see what the bans are. They're about to come out
Blackguard Keep is another option.
That gets banned out by Viper.
Yeah, so Viper leaves open the last 3
Thunderguard,
weird
Twilight
stages.
Grove, and Small Great Hall, but it's going to be Small Great Hall.
But and what I'd like to remark about all 3 is that Twilight Grove, the island, Thunderguard Stadium, the center, Great Hall has platforms to recover to that are outside of the main stage. That means that Viper has options that Blue cannot cover as easily as he could on Mammoth or Shipwreck or Small Brawl Haven, where it's just you're on the block of the stage as it is, and you're fighting in neutral on this plane. Probably part of Viper's idea when it came to map bans, but he's down 0-2. Loses this game, he's out of the tournament at 3rd, and Blue gets that spot in Grand Finals that he is so thirsty for.
There's the dare coming out from Blue. Finds the second one. I feel like Blue's downlight usage is directly proportional to how comfortable he's feeling about his opponent's movement.
Yeah, and I'll be even more specific, landing, too. Because I think the times where we saw Blue playing the most downlights is when he was expecting his opponents to just land in front of him or land with the move. And even then we see Viper trying to go for a few of those options, and Blue's not even an option for the downlight.
He's not doing it at all.
He's doing neutral light.
Yeah.
Sidelights are connecting, putting Viper a little bit
that's
deeper.
a punish.
Ooh, but not too heavy of one. Only a sidelight. Dodges in place, and the side sig on Sword being thrown out.
Viper's positioning there to jump over that side sig and then fast fall down right behind Blue.
Oh.
Incredible mechanics there.
Viper has been using so many weakened recoveries, or secondary recoveries, I guess. Like the guitar one's very interesting to see because of how it does not travel anywhere at all. It almost looks like a brand new move, but it used to get back to the stage. Blue finding the first stock again on the Great Hall, even though Viper started off with the damage lead. Finds it nearly KOing. That's how damaged Blue is. And the dash jump. Fast fall down air from Viper.
Equalized.
So fast. Qatar battle happening off stage, but Blue opts out. Finds the final nair and says, that's good enough for me. Goes back to center stage, wants to the edge guard scenario. Blue now on the left side of the stage, and Viper going off, trying to bait something out of Blue, but the down tick is dodged out of the way, and Blue has Viper unarmed again as a weapon toss goes bad.
Now we talked about Blue being arguably one of the best, if not the best player in EU singles. But Viper is forcing Blue to play differently than I think Blue wanted to or is used to or has played up until this point in the tournament. Like, this is a different Blue than we saw earlier.
And I completely agree with you, and I think it has to do, one in part, with Viper's, we were talking about the delay on the moves, right? Even though he didn't pick up that game number 1, the signatures that he was finding on Blue were phenomenal, and it was part of that adaptation of how Blue is playing, and Blue having to change faster or more often than he's more comfortable with. And the maps are contributing to it too, but Blue, regardless of the fact that Viper is putting Blue into an uncomfortable position, Blue is totally in the lead, takes that recovery off the top of the map, and now has Viper on tournament stock. Viper loses this, he is out at 3rd place, and does not get the rematch against Agzo. Agzo waiting in grand finals to fight against the winner of this set. Viper picking up the axe. Oh, that pivot nair on the way down. Sidestick hits it, and it just barely doesn't kill. Viper going for the ground pound. Has to take those risks at this point, because if he can't find this KO and Blue finds another 2-3 strings, it's starting. Recovery does not connect. Neutralize sends Blue so far. He dodges the weapon. No dodge. Ground pound gets stopped by the Nair. Blue with an incredible response. VipR, we saw how great he was with those ground pounds.
I'm wondering if that would have hit or not. Like, I'm wondering if Blue needed to do that Nair.
It definitely would have hit. And because the Nair's there's like little disjoint with the guitars, right? He was able to interrupt VipR before he was able to connect. And now VipR at death's door. Blue's just waiting for walls to
Blue's
activate.
still putting so much respect on VipR, though, at this point.
Yes.
Like, you saw him do those dash jump ground pounds earlier. He's not going for that at this point. He had VipR on the wall earlier, and VipR even did a GC neutral signature that missed, so Blue might have been an opportunity to punishment because VipR's dodge was down, but you saw Blue do nothing. He's putting so much respect on VipR on the edge right now. Even though he's up a full stock in this game, even though he's up 2-0 in this best-of-5 set,
No, delay recovery nearly makes it 3-0, and it's so close, and VipR would have to pull a miracle out of anywhere to be able to take this. So much damage was found, and it's such a shame that Sidestick didn't actually KO, because there was hope when that connected, but Blue finding as little damage as he wants, and Blue knows how important this match is, and how throwable it still is. Not going off stage, found Silent after Silent until finally the Stair connects and does it on its own. That damage differential, once again, I don't think that we've seen Blue below 600 damage in any of the matches that we watched, not just against VipR. VipR out at 3rd place, and Blue moving on to the grand finals here at the Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel.